they're going to record everything. And there's Chuck, Pete's brother, recorded something we wanted to say. So we can listen to that also. And oh, there's Andy. Hi, Andy.
This was cold.
Oh, I can imagine. So this is a really neat cemetery. So afterwards it would be well, my thing is we'll have a little thing, and then if people want, I have some cups. You can get some ashes and spread them wherever you want to spread them, and just go with it. Do what you wish, but think of Pete. This was a very happy place for him, Central City, and he made sure to remind me that this is where he wanted his ashes. So that's it. So we're putting it here. So do we want to go down or up?
I think that
Down. Let's go down.
Down here, yeah.
Get ready. You're gonna love this thing. All right. Oh, it's pretty neat. Let's go down here. I'll be here. Andy, good job.
Sorry, I was staying in as long as I could.
No. You need the heat. Hey, Andy. How are you?
You're not the tallest, Gannon.
Yeah, you probably don't remember. I'm close.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, come.
That's what I thought. Yeah, we'll go with you. Another huge section of it up there, and we didn't dare, I didn't feel like walking that far. It just drops down all over these. They buried them where they could find a spot. This is an old Plume. I'm going to make you walk farther, but not too far. I just thought that this was a great view.
How about okay. Is it just like elementary or? I guess you have like
Hello.
I found but I found talk about firewood. Well, just to get started, I just wanted to read one of the things that I found that Pete had written, and it really, I think that's how he lived his life. It says, be kind, not merely because Henry James said there are, oh boy, clear your not merely because Henry James said there are but 4 rules of life. Be kind, be kind, be kind. But if it's good for the soul, and what's, oh, I'm sorry, I'm not reading this too good. But because it's good for the soul, and what's more for others, it may be that kindness is our best addition for a worthier world, or friends. Take whatever kindness you can find and be prolific in the expenditure. It will not drain you limited. It will not drain your limited resources. I assure you, it will not leave you vulnerable and unfurled. Kindness is the key to your soul finding true happiness in our short lives. So, but I just thought if anybody else wanted to say something, please do. You know, it's all for Pete. Were you gonna play Chuck's?
And I have a message here from Chuck. That's Pete's brother.
Linda and I wish we could be with you in silver plume.
And I'm gonna,
Unfortunately, I get winded pretty easily, and I think it would be quite difficult for me at 9,500 feet elevation. Pete was my brother, and I loved him. With Pete and Lynn both being gone, I have lost the last of my childhood. We did not have the chance to see each other very much over the years, but when we did, there was a very deep sense of fellowship and intense conversation. Linda and I both miss the cheerful greeting when we spoke on the phone, and have sometimes thought, we need to tell Pete that before we remember that we can't anymore. All of us have memories of Pete that those of us here can share. The best way to summarize is that the world would be a much better place if there were more people like Pete. There are several poems which I feel express the relationship of living and dying. This is Robert Louis Stevenson's epitaph. Under a wide and starry sky, dig the grave and let me lie. Glad did I live and gladly die, and I laid me down with a will. This be the verse you grave for me. Here he lies where he longed to be. Home is the sailor, home from the sea, and the hunter home from the hill.
That's it.
All right, nice. So, whoop. Oh, shit. Anybody have a knife? Didn't realize that. Would you cut that off for me, sir? Of course you've got a knife.
You never know when you're gonna need one.
That's right.
Well, while you're doing that, if no one else wants to say anything, I would just like to say something. I think one of the best things that Becky and Pete were so good for one another. And known them through their courtship and their marriage. But I got to spend a few days with them in the last week of Pete's life. And what I was so impressed with is all the time I was there, all of these people from throughout their life were calling, and they had phone calls that were on speaker. And so it was just like they were all sitting down for a beer or a cup of tea or something and talking and remembering old times. And it did my soul so much good, and it made me realize how Becky and Pete were such a marvelous partnership. So I just appreciate that. And one thing that I love about mountain cemeteries is that saying of, when you know it's time to go, the mountains are calling. So,
And Pete wore that shirt till the end of his life because they were calling him. That, I just want to. I was so lucky to share in his love and in his kindness and in his grace. I was very lucky. That's all I can do. Please spread Pete where he found solitude. This really was a solitude for him. Silver Plume was a time in his life that he really found out who he was and where he wanted to be. And it was Colorado, in the mountains, skiing. Thank you, Mary. The lady who has our RV&G. I used her glasses.
Just replace them.
Love it. I was going to stop off and get some, cups, but I forgot. Someone wants to take a big bag, go for it. So Becky, I'd like to say something. Oh, please.
Getting to know you and Pete has been incredible, because Pete loved me before I loved myself. And being part of the family, my husband, and their friendship and brotherhood, Pete has a part of my husband. And the bonds will never part. And the gratitude of kindness was truly embodied in Pete. He lived it out, along with the laughter, that deep belly laugh. As we were driving up here, Jad had Goose Creek Symphony playing. And I could see Pete playing the banjo, just enjoying himself. So thank you for the love. Thank you for your heart and the time. It's treasured forever. Thank you, Becky.
Well, thank you. Come on, dish it up if you want to.
I loved Pete. I got to know him. I was lucky enough to get to know him when I was 13, when I very first met Andy. And the things I remember most about Pete is he always had the most magnificent hugs for you with the biggest smile. And also, I just remember him walking downtown Idaho Springs with his parrot on his shoulder, and people would be like, "Who is that guy?" I go, "Oh, that's Uncle Pete!" And he was the most just like you said, you can't say the word kindness. I mean, when you say Pete, you can't not use the word kindness. He was the gentlest and kindest and most loving soul, and he will be missed so much. And I got the opportunity to visit with Becky just maybe a month ago, and it was so fun. I looked through his yearbooks and got to see his Purple Heart, and just, I think I knew him as one, but just remembering like this huge life he had and all these really neat and important and brave, and I mean, I don't know where I stop with the words to describe Pete.
That's right.
But you forget all of that he did leading up to the moment in life when I met him. So that's my memory of Pete. He always brings a smile to my face, and I will forever miss his hugs. He could make a bad day good,
Yes, he could.
just with his arms.
Yes, he could.
Well, while Becky's here, I want to just give her a big hug and tell her I love her. And hopefully be with you till it's our time to go.
That's right.
And Pete, she took care of Pete day in, day out. He lit up when she walked into the room. So every day.
Yeah.
So
Thank you.
love you.
You too. There's a free cup.
You're good, man.
For about 2 weeks, someone was begging to take their dog for 3 months. I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, I can do that. We'll get a little dog taste and boom, boom, boom. And it was a young guy originally from Russia, maybe 20, and it was his first dog. And he had moved to California to break into the music biz. So he was waiting to try to find a place with a dog and just get his life settled. So he had been sharing a duplex with a friend, and his friend had Leah's brother. So I said, okay, we'll do it. And he goes, and I'll pay for his dog food. So we go get Leah. And she had kind of a collar on, and Pete's out in the car, and so I get her collar and I take her out to the car and get her in, and Pete goes, she's ours. She is. So it's like she's not going anywhere, and so that's how we got Leah. And her name was Layla. And Pete's like, no. And first of all, they spelled it wrong. He's like, what? That's not Layla. And he said, well, yeah, it is. He said, Layla. That's Leela. That's how you spell Leela. And he goes, no, her name's Leah. And it was after Roy Orbison's song.
Yes.
Well, go check it out, Leah. I know there's got to be a squirrel or something you could lose your mind over.
Okay. That's
There's a
what we
cup
did.
if anybody wants to.
And we did the Grand Canyon thing.
Or Monument,
Yeah.
Colorado Monument. You guys went camping.
We did all kinds of stuff.
Didn't you climb or something?
I don't know that guy.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we can get up through there. That's easy. We can totally do that.
We sang Ripple one last time. in Aspen.
Oh,
So I barely made it through, but I did.
Today with put a lot of our CDs on video. Can't remember what Grateful Dead song came on that he'd always sing. It's like I was bawling my eyes out, but it felt so good. It felt so good.
Like fill in the blank.
Sorry.
No sorries. That is what it is. No, we would want no sorries. Life is good.
I'm so glad you got to meet my kids.
Well, it was right after college.
How
But
long he been here?
how old was he when he moved up here? 22?
Let me see. I was 18. He was 19.
19 when he moved up here?
No, when he was in college.
Oh, yes.
He moved up here in 20. I mean, not 20, but
70.
I went in the military in when I was
1972.
72. So he moved up here. He moved up here in 72.
Up here to Silver Point.
Yeah, we took a major trip. I joined the army, and
Did he ever work at the tunnels? Because that's
He
about
worked
the
at
time
the-
they started doing
he worked at the tunnels for years.
Did he?
He helped with Eisenhower Tunnel, putting it in. Yes,
No, he didn't.
he worked at the tunnel.
Oh, Oh, that's right, when he had worked for that construction company. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's about the time that they were starting
Yeah,
that
doing the
project.
tunnel.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then he went
And
to
they finished
Henderson.
it in 75, was it? Or how long did they take to do that?
I don't know. That was his 83, 84 there.
Really? That long?
He didn't
Yeah,
work
it
at the
took a long
tunnel
time.
the whole time.
Yeah.
He worked over at Henderson after that.
And then how long was he in the service?
Excuse me?
2 years in the service?
Pete?
I think a year and a half.
No, maybe a year and a half when he got hit.
Curly is like, she's turned into a leash dog.
Yeah, nice and gentle dog.
Oh, she always was gentle. And well, she was always more my dog because I walked her and took her out. And you get fed. After
That's the
he'd
question
always
of the
tuck
day.
me to bed and put her on the back porch. But after she was never a sleep in the house dog. But after Pete died, she started sleeping at the foot of the bed on the floor. She probably slept there for a couple months after he died. And now she hardly leaves my side. Unless there's something to chase.
I mean,
Game on. Okay. You know, should we walk up and see another part of the cemetery? It's pretty cool where they have a monument to the 10 Italians that died in an avalanche. Because Silver Plume was basically an Italian town. A lot of Italians settled there.
You just want to do the rest here, Beck, or you?
I'm going to save the rest, unless somebody wants to spend more. I'm going to take the rest to Bobby.
I love it. She'll love it.
You want to try it out?
I don't think we can try. I don't know if we will.
Thank you.
Oh, this is interesting.
Oh, yes.
Found that
And Pete's mother made a box for each of her kids. And it was always called Pete's box. And she saved everything. His report cards, military clippings from all the musicals he was in, his band, Peter and the Wolves. Isn't that cool?
He sounded just like Buddy Holly. He did. He sounded just like Buddy Holly.
So I made a new Pete box, and it'll be at the where the little party. So you can all.
Here it is.
Just don't tip it. It's not
Okay.
always.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Really, there's another whole part of the cemetery that's kind of cool to look at.
What did I just do? What on earth did I just
Well, I'll
do?
catch your breath and climb up the hill. Last night it was all. I walked down. You're doing the meat and what? You don't think it's steep, but I know it is. It is.
I think it's
Oh.
We just want to give you a hug and say
Oh.
goodbye. Andy Moore and I are thinking.
Nice
Came
to
up
see
for the
you.
party today.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Show her your shirt. You have one today.
I wear Gonzaga. They you wear a Gonzaga shirt.
Oh,
Deep down, deep down.
Okay. Yeah, you're gonna have to transfer to Gonzaga.
One of my friends, he grew up there.
Oh, you grew up in Spokane?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
somehow ended up in Des Moines, Iowa. I don't know how that works. Yeah, that's why I'm not Florida. So.
Yeah, you want to try something else?
And I were all pregnant at Grandpa's 70th birthday. And that feels. No. 70th. I thought it was 70th. Maybe it was 80th. It was the 80th. We were trying to remember. Was it 75th?
Well, he made it to 89,
So maybe it was it 75?
it must have been 75.
I thought the party was called Bob Moody Turned 80.
Well, that wouldn't be right though.
No, because he passed away at 89.
I was 12 when Grandpa passed away. 75?
Yeah, 75.
Oh, do you have the keys? We were just like, so you're taking the van back?
Yeah. Alright. I gotta go. I'll see you again. Yeah, I have to go do some stuff.
It's very much more important. They had a big thing playing. It's fine. Nathan couldn't come because he's studying for his test.
Oh,
That's what Nora needs to do. She brought the finals.
See you, Kyle.
Finals week.
Just love hug. What do you want? Double?
I gotta start hookering up, but I won't.
See you guys.
Oh, you wore your seat.
Mom. Stephanie.
You probably had her for a long time.
No, I haven't. Yeah, one of them. Is someone like oh, you just mean where the coffee?
Which is a very natural life. Oh, is this a shortcut down?
Yeah.
And they were $70.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
Oh, okay. Of course, you're young and able. You walk that dog. Man, you're a skier too, aren't you? Yeah. You too. Who's that? Some kid walking towards them. My thighs are feeling this. It's like you better keep doing it more and more.
Walking down the street, someone rolled down the window.
I know. And my natural life ones are really, needed. Because they finally come out like cotton candy.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure that the 3-year-old salon because it's like sea level's up. I got sick up here. So he's like, I'm a sequesterer now, I guess.
Yeah, you're feeling the altitude.
You can totally look at my cat.
Yeah, I love
Well, that's just it. Like, you know, mom has so many colors. And actually, this is
Oh, where's the owner? She is. Of course she is. Thank goodness there's no chipmunks or squirrels around. Yeah, I can nothing in trees. Yeah, I think so. It's not too far.
okay.
And actually, it's an easier walk. You want to stroll up and look at the other part of the cemetery?
Cool stuff.
There you are. It's really only one little hill left. all the mica in this rock. This shiny stuff.
Yeah.
That's called mica. It's called mica. Mine is 68.
What is that?
It's called a mica.
Jamaica?
No, mica. There's a good sample. Put that in your pocket.
Alright.
That's a good one up too, see?
I think I'm gonna really stick in here.
Uh-oh. Leah! Oh, okay. She blends in so easy. A lot of times when I'm out walking, I'm afraid that people will think she's a coyote. Come on, girl, let's go!
Definitely worse places to spend the time.
Where's Cooper going?
He's going to hang out with some friends. So he's got some stuff to do with them.